Hey, Catholic Breakfast people. I hope you're doing well. A continued happy Lent to you. Last week, we spoke about how Lent is a time of hunkering down. Today, I want to talk about practically what that actually looks like. I want to do it using actually pretty traditional Catholic and biblical teaching on what fasting, almsgiving, and praying does for us. It namely heals three spiritual dysfunctions in us. And here's the classic traditional names for those three things, and I'll just explain them to you. The first one is called lust of the flesh, rather. Lust of the flesh is related to the body and what the body just naturally wants. Of course, fasting is the spiritual practice which heals the disordered affections of our bodies, right? I want sleep, I want food, I want sex. These are all the desires of the body. The lust of the flesh names the tendency that our body has for just wanting unlimited amounts of all of that. That can derail kind of the program of the soul before it even gets off the ground. So when we fast, what are we doing? We're saying, my stomach doesn't tell me what to do. I tell my stomach what to do. My desire to sleep doesn't tell me when to go to sleep. I say when I go to sleep. What that does is it restores a kind of integrity to us so that our soul can actually be more awake and more powerful. It's in every major religion, and for us, it links us to a kind of hunger for Christ in a special way. It awakens our deeper hungers of our soul. That leads us to the second healing or dysfunction that Lent helps us heal, which is what we call not the lust of the flesh, but the lust of the eyes. There's not my body's desires as much as my mind's desires. Think here of all the desires of the soul. The lust of the eyes means what I'm kind of looking out at. It's everything that's out there. There's my material possessions, how they can tend to dominate my life. My worry about the future. My work even. My success, my reputation. All those things that don't meet an immediate need of the body, but nonetheless we spend a lot of time wanting. What heals that? Almsgiving. Money gets us a lot of stuff, doesn't it? In some ways, it seems like money can solve almost all of our problems. What is almsgiving doing? It's giving away what seems like it will solve all my problems. It's a way of disciplining our soul to say, there's something more important. And it orients our soul to something higher. It also, by giving it away to the poor, orients us to love. Now, all of that, the healing of the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, orients us to something even deeper. The Catholic tradition and the Christian tradition, the biblical tradition, points forward to this deeper place, which we call the spirit or the soul. It's that deep part of us. We call it the heart. It's made for God. It's the part of our being where we choose our deepest purpose. Will I live for myself or will I live for someone else? In the spiritual tradition, we say that this is called pride of life. It's where I say, my life's about me. Because look, you could be totally not addicted to food or any of those physical things and be very ordered there. You could be very ordered in terms of lust of the eyes. No, I'm a good person, I have virtue and all that. And yet we can still live fundamentally for ourselves and not for God. What heals this in us? What heals this deeper spiritual dysfunction? In some ways where the stakes are raised even higher for us. Prayer. Why? Because prayer is where I take time and I simply focus my heart and my mind on God, who's not a creature at all, who's outside of all created categories, and I put myself at his disposal. My life, hopefully now with my reordered, healed body and reordered appetites and all the desires of my mind, now all find their proper direction and proper fulfillment. So I hope that helps. I know it's a pretty basic Catholic teaching, but man, is it powerful. So as you pray and as you give alms and as you fast this Lent and as we do it together, let's ask God to heal us on these three levels so that our life can not only be free from disordered things and vices and that kind of thing, but we can fundamentally live for God alone, which finally makes us more conformed to love, which is what Lent is finally all about. Have a great Lent, everybody.